Welcome back to the Sound for More channel. It's Leo speaking. Today I have the pleasure to show you how you can use some of Olcay plugins inside Roland Zenbeats, and in this case Roland Zenbeats version 3. Before I continue, I would like to remind my viewers to subscribe as it helps with growing the channel. Thank you very much. Okay, so I have created a number of tutorials for Roland Zenbeats, but most of them are prior to version 3, so I thought it would be a good idea to also record some tutorials related to version 3, in this case 3.1. And also I'd like to respond to some of the queries which have been raised via comments by subscribers. Okay, so the first thing I want to do, this is the main screen as you launch Roland Zenbeats. I would say to start with that I'm inside an iOS device and it's an iPad Pro M1. Okay, so I click on ZC1 synthesizer. Okay, and I'm going to create a project with the ZC1 synthesizer as an instrument. Okay, indeed, if I press any of the keys here on the keyboard, you will hear, of course, this default patch or preset. If you click here where it says default, then we have a list of all the presets which are available currently for ZC1 in my instance of Zenbeat. Let's click up here where I can search for a type of plug sound like so, and then I press enter. Okay, so I have a choice here, and let's choose this one, this synth one, and let's close the that screen. Okay, that sounds absolutely nice. Let me check a little bit of volume. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so we have an instrument. It's ZC1, and we have a preset loaded, which is plug synth. Now, if I let's review some of the controls here. Okay, for this particular track. And you can see that I have here plugins, MIDI effects, and then of course the ZC1, which is the instrument, and then I have also audio effects. The plugin from Olcay, they are MIDI effects. So let's click on MIDI effects, and you are presented with a list here. At the moment, I don't have any categories already selected, or better, I have the default one, which is all plugins. As you can see, I already see some of Olcay MIDI effects, but if you don't see them and you need to add them on this menu list, so what you need to do is go up here on the menu, go to settings, then go to plugins, and then you can click scan for new in the case that you already have some audio unit, for in this case for effects, for instrument or MIDI effects like the one for Olcay. So you can scan for new ones which have been added. For example, you might have just downloaded some of the Olcay plugins, so you want them to become available on the menu, so you scan for new, or you can rescan them all, which will be a long process, particularly if you have a lot of plugins installed. So I already done that, but I just show you scan for new, and as you can see, it says there are no new plugins which are available or needed to be scanned. So I press OK, and I press OK again. So I return to MIDI effects here, and I start with very much choosing a chord bud 2 from Olcay. Like so. Now I close this, and this is one of those MIDI effects plugin from Olcay, which allows you to create a chord progression. So it doesn't really matter. I just choose some chords like so, and then I press play. And it works perfectly. Now let's press on the X to exit. Okay, so we have closed the view of chord bud 2. We are on the first track, of course. Now I can add other MIDI effects. Indeed, I can have a cascading effect of MIDI effects from Olcay. So underneath here, you see under Code Bud 2 as an audio unit, I can click on MIDI effect again. And in this case, for example, I can choose ARP Bud 2. Okay, I'll load this one. Now, what this one does, it will take the input, which comes from Code Bud 2 in terms of chords, and then it will determine if to play the first note, the second, and the third, etc. in a pattern here where you have 8 steps. So, for example, we can say play something like that. Why not? The first note, the second, first, third, and so on and so forth. Okay, let's play. Of course, when Code Bud 2 changes chord, the corresponding first, second, third notes will change because they are dependent on the input chord which is sent from Code Bud 2 to ARP Bud 2. Let's add some variety. So, for example, on these steps 6 and 8, I'm going to go up an octave like so. And let's see what it sounds like. And that sounds absolutely lovely. Now, I can also add some audio effects. You can see here in terms of audio unit. So underneath ZC1, I click on audio effects. And then perhaps I search for something like a reverb. And you can see already the list of reverbs that I have available on these iPads. So I'm going to choose Rack Reverb from Audio Kit, which I recommend. So click on the X to exit the list of audio unit effects. And now let's click play. Okay, and this is how you can add new plugins, in this case plugins from Olcay, MIDI Effects, but also how you can add some audio unit for audio effects, like in this case like the Rack Reverb from Audio Kit inside Roland Zenbeats, and then how to use them against, in this particular case, an instrument from ZC1 synthesizer. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and as always, see you next time. Bye.